Vice-Chancellor, Professor Hilary Beckles, President of the Senate, His Honor Reginald Farley, Chairman of the Campus Council, Sir Paul Altman, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Principal of Cave Hill, Professor R. Clive Landis, Honorary Graduate, Mrs. Alison Hines Walcott, other members of the Platform Party, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Senate and the House of Assembly, alumni, and most especially the class of 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2023 graduation ceremony of the University of the West Indies at Cave Hill. My heartiest congratulations to each graduate of the year 2023. You have worked hard towards completing your programs, and today we are absolutely delighted to be celebrating your accomplishments with you. You may be aware that this is the first of 14 graduations. This is one of 14 graduation ceremonies that take place across the UWI system. In 1953, 70 years ago, the year I was born, 11 graduates from the Faculty of Natural Sciences were presented for graduation to the then principal of the Mona campus, Dr. Walter Grave. At the ceremonies this year, more than 7,500 of you will be presented across those 14 ceremonies. It is an impressive demonstration of our intellectual achievement across all grade groups and disciplines at bachelor's, master's, and doctoral levels. And I am so proud of each and every one of you. You are now among more than 250,000 UWI alumni who serve globally in all disciplines and in all spheres of activity. A former vice-chancellor used to make the point that if all UWI alumni in the Caribbean stayed home for one day, the governments and the civil society organizations, as well as the businesses, would not be able to function. You, our graduates, are our most significant and visible contribution to the development of our nations and region. This year, the university is celebrating 75 years of service to the region. Since 1948, the UWI has worked to affirm its position as the premier institution of higher learning in the English-speaking Caribbean. It is acknowledged as a regional institution and has been making significant strides on the global stage, particularly in the area of biodiversity, climate change, and reparations. UWI faculty members have been making distinguished contributions in these and other areas, and in so doing are bringing acclaim to your university. Graduates, most of you have begun your programs at the height of the COVID pandemic, and some of you maybe before the lockdown. Some of you may have completed your programs entirely online, and some in blended mode. Whatever your experience may have been, I trust that in addition to completing your academic studies, that you were able to form friendships, both personal and some that will be professional, and that you will keep for the rest of your lives. One of the strengths of this university is that its graduates can travel anywhere in the English-speaking Caribbean and find like-minded people who have been educated in this institution. In fact, it is the thread that holds the English-speaking Caribbean together. As we celebrate today, I am sure that you are reflecting on what the future holds for you. Indeed, all of us are. I am certain that you have been told by people who look my age that when they were young, things were much better. You've heard it maybe from your parents, from your grandparents. They tell you how wonderful the world was. They are not being entirely honest to you. What they are really saying to you is that it is wonderful that we were once young. You guys and girls are young. You are educated, and you have all the tools at your disposal to have a wonderful, productive, and successful life. Several trends are impacting how we consider the future. Progress in technology has been moving rapidly in the past few decades. Globalization has been impacted by information and communication technology. In the space of time that it took you to complete your degrees, technology has advanced. Reflecting on the quote, "Never let a good crisis go to waste," the pandemic forced us, many of whom had been unwilling to do so in the past, to embrace technology. Whether we were digital natives or immigrants, we all Zoomed for many hours starting in 2020. Many are still Zooming to this day. The reality is that these amazing developments in technology, particularly artificial intelligence, virtual and augmented reality, have caused our world to shrink to the devices that we can carry into our pockets. Information technology has made the entire world so much more accessible to many. With digital boundaries disappearing, globalization is becoming real. These rapid changes in technology create huge opportunities for those of us who are willing to unshackle ourselves from the past. These islands of the Caribbean, with their small populations and limited land space, no longer need to be a limiting factor on our dreams or our ambitions. Those of you that are willing to dream large dreams have every reason to expect to realize them in this unlimited age. Whatever you do in the future, all I ask you is to be impactful, make a change, commit to advancing your societies. And always remember that you have to lead those around you to a better place. Be kind to yourself. We often forget the importance of taking care of our own health. And in today's new operating environment, mental health has become as critical and important as physical well-being. I ask you to give back to your alma mater. There are so many ways that you can do this. You can mentor students, serve as adjunct faculty, or technical advisors. There are multiple ways and opportunities to contribute to ensuring that the work and the reputation of the University of the West Indies, which has given you so much, remains at a high level. Wherever you are, the Alumni Office will be reaching out to you. I hope that you will keep connected to your alma mater. This leg of your academic journey is over. Go forth and continue to shine. My warmest congratulations again to each and every one of you. Thank you. We are met today in order that we may mark by a formal ceremony the entry of certain of our members into the company of graduates and the academic achievement of others. As a university, we are an academic society of undergraduates, bachelors, masters, and doctors, and we follow the academic tradition in the pursuit of knowledge and the encouragement of learning. Those purposes which are laid down in the preamble to the Royal Charter by which we have been granted the powers needful for the prosecution of our affairs. In pursuing these aims, our members advance from time to time to a higher standing in the academic community, and it is proper that as a body, we should celebrate their achievement. And it is marked by granting a degree, diploma, or certificate, and we rejoice with them on their advancement.
Chancellor, I now ask the Chancellor, I now ask the public orator, Dr. Kenneth Connell, to read the citation for Mrs. Alison Hines Walcott, whom the Senate and the Council of the University have been pleased to recommend for the award of the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa.
Chancellor, listen very carefully in the distance, beyond the walls of this 75-year-old institution and just beyond the showers of blessing on our one Caribbean space. In the very far distance, adjacent to a rainbow, are the penetrating tones and iconic performance of a songbird, Alison Hines. This melody heralds all the pomp and pageantry of a proud nation and region in an eclectic mix of baritones and accents from the stage. Chancellor, there is no man or woman who has used the stage as a canvas and a microphone as a paintbrush to so passionately personify the vibrancy and diversity of the Caribbean people as has Alison Hines. Chancellor, in the meantime, listen to Faluma as we turn it up with caution, the true togetherness and ay, because we are born with it. Chancellor, do you hear what I hear? The sound, the eruptive volcanic voice of a 17-year-old performing on stage with her band Square One, performing for an audience across the diaspora? This cultural ambassador was born in the United Kingdom and lived there for the first decade of her life. She was bitten with an immediate and infectious, use carefully, love for the Caribbean genres when she migrated to Barbados at the age of 11. At the age of 17, she joined the band Square One and set off with them on an explosive trajectory with multiple award-winning pieces, such as Faluma and Ragamuffin. Chancellor, did you know that Faluma, which topped the charts in many Caribbean and Central American countries, is still considered one of the greatest ever soca songs? In 2005, Alison Hines formed her own band, released her first solo album entitled Soca Queen, and by cultural baptism became known as the Caribbean's Soca Queen. The awards continued, and in 2006, her Roll It Gal peaked at number 52 on the Billboard R&B charts. The equally rivaling classic Togetherness is still a staple on the lyrical menu of many Caribbean festivals around the world. Chancellor Alison Hines has received numerous awards and has been featured on many high-profile events, too many to state here, unless perhaps the speaker is serenaded with a spicy Caribbean tone in the background. No such luck. In 2014, she was appointed by the International Federation of Business and Professional Women Goodwill Ambassador. In 2016, she sang the United States National Anthem before the start of the National Basketball Association matchup between the Brooklyn Nets and the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Barclays Center. In 2018, she received the designation Barbados Cultural Ambassador from Prime Minister Frundle Stewart. She joined Rihanna as the only other female to be distinguished with a cultural ambassador post of Barbados. In 2018, on June 20th, Alison Hines headlined Rotterdam Carnival 2018. She performed in front of a partisan crowd of 45,000 people, much larger than this emporium. 2019 performed at the Vodafone Ghana Video Music Awards, becoming the first soca artist. In 2019, she was a prominent cast member of the Afro-Caribbean movie Joseph. The movie was shot in Jamaica and Ghana. In 2021, in August, she became the first soca artist to be interviewed on New York's most popular radio show, The Breakfast Club. She highlighted her journey as an artist and spoke about her family life during the interview. In 2021, again in October, Alison Hines was honored by the city of Miramar for her outstanding contribution to the arts and entertainment field, the annual Black British Awards ceremony. Chancellor, this songbird prodigy also lends her voice to advocacy in the areas of AIDS, women's rights, diabetes, cancer awareness, and vitally important support for children living with disabilities. And so, Chancellor, we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements and contributions of a true Barbadian icon, the Queen of Soca. This Queen of Soca has electrified audiences around the world with her powerful voice, infectious energy, and vibrant personality. She has been a trailblazer in the music industry, blending Caribbean rhythms with international appeal and spreading the joy of soca music far and wide. In addition to her music, Alison Hines has been an inspiration to countless aspiring artists, particularly women, who look up to her as a role model of strength and perseverance in a male-dominated industry. Chancellor, standing before you is a fearless lioness with a melodic voice that causes Pluto to stop in rotation, to start rolling again, and bring an entire galaxy in one togetherness. And so, Chancellor, as today our region has a far more diverse cultural identity due to the single voice of Alison Hines, I beg your recognition of her joyful elevation in our community and invite you, by the authority vested in you by the Council and Senate of the University of the West Indies, to confer on her, Mrs. Alison Hines Walcott, the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
Of the University of the West Indies, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Letters of this university. Congratulations. Have a seat. I now invite Dr. Alison Hines Walcott to address the company.
Your Excellency, the Most Honorable Dame Sandra Prunella Mason, President of Barbados, Chancellor Mr. Robert Bermudez, Vice Chancellor Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, President of the Senate, His Honor Reginald Farley, Chairman, Campus Council Cave Hill, Sir Paul Altman, Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal, Cave Hill, Professor R. Clive Landis, other members of the Platform Party, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Senate, members of the House of Assembly, members of the alumni, class of 2023, members of the media, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, I, Alison Amanda Hines Walcott, Caribbean soca queen, stand before you deeply honored and profoundly humbled to accept this prestigious award of an honorary doctorate. I am genuinely grateful to the university, its governing body, and all those who have played a pivotal role in bestowing upon me this remarkable recognition. This moment is both a culmination of a lifelong journey marked by countless hours of dedication, hard work, and a relentless pursuit of excellence and desire to make a positive impact on this world. So, how exactly did I, Alison Amanda Hines Walcott, Caribbean soca queen, accomplish this? Allow me to take a moment to share with you what has driven me to become the music artist that I am today. At the core of my journey, there is one unrelenting force that has propelled me forward, and that force is passion. From a very young age, I was captivated by the magical world of music. As a little British kid who was not initially exposed to soca music, I naturally had the love for music, listening to songs on the radio, through television, in the form of a very popular music show at the time called Top of the Pops. Through my father, may he rest in peace, who, whenever he was in the mood, selected records. Yes, vinyl records, not CDs, no streaming, records, and stacked about 3 or 4 albums on the record player. He would lie down on the floor in the living room, and I, in turn, would sing and dance through the house. Those are memories that mean a lot to me and made me really understand that music has always been a part of my life. It's always been my passion. The melodies, the harmonies, the rhythms, they all spoke to me in a way that nothing else could. It was as if music had a language of its own, and I was determined to learn it fluently. There are moments in life when we encounter something that touches our souls, even if we don't fully understand why at the time. For me, one of those moments was as a kid when I stumbled upon a song by an artist I had never heard of, from an island I was not familiar with. I remember being confused because at the time, the only instrument I knew of was the violin that I played for a very short time. But this song's melody was not made with any violin. This artist's name was unknown to me, but his song resonated deeply with this little British Allison. Do you want to know that song? That song was, "'Cause I'm a warrior and I'm a fighter for what I stand for, and that's my total freedom. 'Cause I'm a warrior and I'm a fighter, and I'm gonna fight on for my freedom." That song is by Gypsy from Trinidad and Tobago. That's the song that just spoke to me for whatever reason. For me, that song had extraordinary power and inexplicable magnetism that drew me in. It was a song that seemed to speak directly to my heart, even though I couldn't understand all the words or the cultural context from which it came. And yet, even at that tender age, I knew that music was a universal language. But my life took a universal turn. My parents separated, and my mother and I moved to Barbados. The move to Barbados allowed me to leave behind the painful memories of discrimination and prejudice and embark on a new journey of self-discovery, unity, and growth. But still, I carried the spirit of fear and the burden of doubt. I was introverted and shy, and the weight of discrimination eroded my self-confidence and self-worth. This was a journey that took me well into my adolescent years. But despite those hurdles, the passion for music remained. Somehow, I wanted to pursue music as more than a listening leisure. As fate would have it, I met Youngblood. At the time, he was known as Youngblood, Anderson Armstrong. He has evolved and is now Mr. Blood. For me, he was my friend, my mentor, and one of my big brothers. And it was through meeting him at the time as one of the youngest Calypsonians to be on the stage. I met him at a youth fest, I believe, and we became friends. And one day we were talking on the phone, and I spoke to him about how much I love music and singing. And in his way, and he said to me, "All right, well, sing for me. Sing now. Sing something on the phone for me now." And I was scared, even though he couldn't see me. And I said, okay. And I sang a song from Stevie Wonder. Can I sing a little bit? Yes? Over time, I've been building my castle of love. just for two, though you never knew you were my reason. The Sandman has come from too far away for you to say come back some other day. And though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dreams come true when I looked at you? And baby too, if you would believe, you too might be overjoyed over love over me. So that was the song that I sang to Andy over the phone. And he was impressed. And he entered me into the Richard Stout Teen Talent Competition. He chose my songs. He attended all the rehearsals. I went all the way to the finals. The only reason he wasn't at the finals was because he had to travel. But he mentored me right through that competition. As shy as I was, I would stand in the middle of the stage and sing. That was it. I could not talk, I could not move, I could not do any of those things. Just sing. And I placed third in the competition. And after that, Andy came to me and he said, you know, I'm a part of this band, and we're looking for a female vocalist. Would you be willing to join this band? I was like, yes, 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 and yes. I did not know where joining the band that became so iconic, Square One, I didn't know where it was going to take me. But I knew that I just wanted to take the opportunity to sing. And I went to my mom and I said to her, there's this guys and they have this band and I want to be in the band. And she wasn't the typical West Indian parent. And we know what we're talking about with West Indian parents, we know. She didn't give the typical answer. She said, okay, but let me meet them first. So she met all the guys and she let them know what was expected of them. And from the first day to the last day that I performed with Square One, they took care of me, looked out for me, and looked after me all the way through. So please give a round of applause for Square One. My mother, I wish that she could have been here today, but she's no longer health-wise in a position to be able to be out and around. My mom has Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and I just make sure that she's taken care of. But I love her with everything that I have. And I feel very blessed to have been born to her because she gave me complete permission to be able to pursue this passion, the passion that has gotten me here today. So please give it up for her, because if it wasn't for her, she's my biggest fan forever. And because of her, I do have some family and friends here, but my daughter isn't here today because she is pursuing her own passion. She is in the UK right now at the University of Nottingham studying animation. So she gets to also pursue her passion. And it's a lot to do with my mom and the people who have come into my life over the years and helped and kept me going. Okay, I'm back. For all that Square One achieved for so many years, all the accolades, all the awards, building our fan base in Barbados, when Square One got its first major hit, Ragamuffin, we had been in existence for 10 years before that. So we had already been putting in that work and already pursuing our passion of music. Follow the rhythm of life's opportunities, even if they seem unfamiliar or challenging at first. Some opportunities may be high notes that soar with excitement, while others may be low, grounding you with invaluable lessons. But know that each opportunity contributes to the grand composition of your life. Square One's success as a band was the result of being passionate about passion. I am here today receiving this accolade because I was passionate about my passion for music. Passion was the driving force that led me to spend countless hours practicing and to face the challenges that came with a career in music. It's the passion that made me willing to endure the late nights, the self-doubt, long rehearsals, sound checks, and the sacrifices that come with the territory. It's the passion that allowed me to embrace every note, every lyric, and every stage with an unwavering commitment to excellence. Think of passion as the tempo marking your career. It sets the pace, and it's what makes you come alive. Just like a piece of music can be played at various tempos, your passion can drive your career at different speeds. It's what propels you to practice for hours on end or perfect your skill, whatever that may be. Your passion should drive you to experiment, to take risks, to push the boundaries of what you thought was possible. And it's just as critical to surround yourself with people who are also passionate about you. Your gift is your own. We can all arrive at our own destinations at different times. It's not just about playing the notes. It's about making the notes count. So graduates, go out there and be passionate about passion. Because if someone had told 7-year-old me that I would have been the Caribbean queen of soca, I would have said, "What are you talking about, mate? I don't know. What are you talking about? I was a very British child. I didn't know anything about soca. What is that?" That's what I would have said of my little 7-year-old British kid. And those 7-year-old me could not have seen the potential. What has me before all of you distinguished people today is my passion. Thank you so much.
We will now have a musical presentation by the Kavit Chorale.
calypso, a symbol of Caribbean cultural identity, the voice of the people. It makes you dance, it makes you sing, but most importantly, it makes you listen. Today we pay tribute to 4 icons who've paved the way for those who've gone before them. Singing Sandra, Denise Plummer, Black Stalin, and Barbadian-born singing Francine. The Cave-Eyed Chorale invites you to dance, to sing, to listen.
The sun rises slowly over the hills. Everywhere is golden sunlight, but still more skies with satyrs are crowded. Their days are dark, clouds are shrouded. They don't smile and they never will. Only vultures get their fill. Empty promises is what they hear. No running water from year to year. Hearts that no one desire. That if there is a Messiah, someday he'd hear their whispered praise. Cupboard always bare and scanty. 10 people in a 1-bedroom shanty. Forced to sell on the pavement. No vacancies, no employment. Can't tell firecracker from gunshot. Blood that's flowing, things get hot. Afraid to look out your window to hear voices from the ghetto crying, crying, crying. Voices from the ghetto. Pity
Chancellor, the persons whose names will be called studied in the University of the West Indies, and having fulfilled the requirements of the University of the West Indies, beg leave to be presented to you and to the Senate of the University by the representatives of their respective faculties as Bachelors of Arts, Fine Arts, Education, Engineering, Laws, Health Sciences, Medicine and Surgery, Science, Sport, or as holders of diplomas or certificates of the University of the West Indies. Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Culture, Creative and Performing Arts, Professor David Akombo.
Sir, I ask you to receive these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer upon them certificates of this university.
First class honors, Dene Bascom. First class honors, Alina Cox. Christian Paul Gibson. First class honors, Level 3 Faculty Prize, Michaela Harrison. First class honors, Crystal Headley Seeley. First class honors, Sophia Lee. First class honors, Helen Carnegie Prize for the Creative Arts, Kimal Marshall. First class honors, Neil Shepard. Regina Holligan.
Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Humanities and Education, Professor Frederick Ochieng Odihambo.
Sir, I ask you to receive these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Education, or have been awarded diplomas or certificates of this university.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer certificates of this university.
Bachelor of Arts, First Class Honors Prize, Level 3 Prize in Psychology, Alicia Austin. Jeriel Batson. Cedrica Bishop. Ruth Blackett. Kayla Calendar. Chia Collymore. Michaela Cummins. First Class Honors, Tamara Davis. Teresha Devonish. First Class Honors, Lizette Ellie. Faith Held. First Class Honors, Nikita Haid. Ariel Johnson. Rashona King. Kristen Lynch. First Class Honors, Level 3 Prize in French, Abigail Mayers. First class honors, Ashley Nichols Quimby. Michaela Nurse. First class honors, Jewel Odley. First class honors, Tiara Pilgrim. First class honors, Leonora Phillips Dumont. Karine Small. First class honors, Shakala Smith. Zoe Smith. First class honors, LaShawn Smithen. Carlene Sobers. Advil Stewart. Shakita Taylor. Nyan Thompson. Davia Watson. First class honors, level 3 literatures in English prize, and the Gabrielle Gay Award for Excellence in English Literature, Mark Yard. Soineka Adamson. First class honors, Sharifa Lane. Shanice Beckles. First class honors, Niona Beckles Atkins. First class honors, Henrietta Bellinger. First class honors, Fahima Banner. First class honors, Kelly Blenman. First class honors, Stephanie Drakes. Jenny Graham. Ashley Griffith. Chanel Griffith. Kendra Haynes. Marsha Headley. First class honors, level 3 prize in education, Toanya Linton. Rashida Maskell. Chanel Moore. Kalyani Rashad Suknal. First class honors, Chazia Rollins. Fran Scott. Rashida Springer. Catherine Thompson. First class honors, Rogel Boyce. Fatima Momla. Chantal Jordan. Michelle Chase.
Sir, I ask you to receive these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws of this university. Sir, I ask you to receive these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws of this university.
those persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer certificates of this university.
Bachelor of Laws, Amani Abdullah. Christian Aline. Jasmine Aline. Gianmark Arson. Ashley Baird. John Wesley Beckles. Lauren Benjamin. Caris Bola. Alicia Bonas. Caleb Brathwaite. Brittany Brown. Samira Chifun. Aisha Komisong. Ravi Davis. First class honors, Tasma Dostali. Sierra Emmanuel. Kriston Fit. Tyrid Grinit. Elan Greenidge. Nikita Headley. Alisa Hill. Akim Holligan. Jamila Hollingsworth. Daniel Jonas. Shomari Jones. Salma Majid. Rihanna Mena. Tricia Millington. Alea Mohan. First class honors, the Chancellor's Prize in Human Rights, Faiza Momla. Kami Morian. Haley Naren Singh. Nikivia Olivier. Sumaya Patel. Michael Patrick. Naomi Purcell. Vincia Peter. Renis Robinson. Andisha Rolots. Ramona Ross. Lana Ryan. Tiani Sam. Alana Sami. Jalisa Shepherd. Shasia Small. Amor Smith. Shivin Smith. Takira Spencer. Zaria Taylor. Marisa Thomas. Ashon Tross. First class honors, Keandre Wicks. Anna Phoebe Welsh. Barry Wilkinson. Daniela Williams. Kirsten Williams. Tyrick Wilson. Renisha Greaves. Makila Brathwaite.
Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Medical Sciences, Dr. Damian Cohall.
Sir, I ask you to receive these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, Bachelor of Health Sciences, Bachelor of Science, Physical Therapy.
By the authority vested in me, I now receive those persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer certificates of this university.
Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery. Shanique Bess. With honors, Jamila Bana. Rolanda Boyce. Anthona Branford. With honors and the Barbados Association of Psychiatrists Prize, Kristen Brathwaite. Melissa Cadogan. With honors, Ebonic Caesar. Kadara Carmichael. Joel Coffey. With honors, Christiana Fenty. April Ford. Shanice Ford. Jakayla Hewitt. Kenny Howell. With honors, Lystra Husbands. Also with honors, Donai Johnson. With distinction, the Dr. Harry Bailey and Ann Bailey Prize, the Merck Sharp and Dome Prize for Medicine and Therapeutics, the Lionel Stewart Prize in Surgery, the Arnold Cato Prize, and the Medical Protection Society Prize, Nathan Lovell. Brittany Lowe. Stephanie Pigott. With honors, Javon Rock. Ronette Rose. Ramona Saul. With honors, Anissa Thompson. Dana Watson. With honors, Aliyah Young. Sashaneel McField. Bachelor of Health Sciences. Darian Brown. Leandra Caesar. Shaquila Graves. Rashad Tate. Kathleen Ward. Sadia Williams. Zoe Williams.
Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Science and Technology, Dr. Janice Badnock, also representing the Dean, Faculty of Food and Agriculture, and the Dean, the Faculty of Engineering.
Sir, I ask you to receive these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Engineering, Food and Agriculture, and Science and Technology of this university.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer certificates of this university.
Bachelor of Science in Engineering, Kiros Ali. Lamar Depredine. Alec Kelman. Kobe Nichols. Marissa Noel. Bachelor of Science in Science and Technology. Nikolai Clark Herbert. Rhea Callender. With first-class honors, Akil Alexander. Avian Aline. Tariq Aline. Kendall Angol. Alyssa Armstrong. With first-class honors, Alexander Atwell. Luther August. With first-class honors and the Dean's Prize, Dwayne Baker. With first-class honors and the Mount Gay Distilleries Limited Prize in Microbiology, Jaricia Barnett. Kiana Barrow. With first-class honors, Kyle Batson. With first-class honors, Rihanna Belgrave. Jamil Bess. With first-class honors, Dante Blunt. Maximus Boxell. Shanicia Brathwaite. Michaela Brathwaite. Kayla Brewster, Kanesha Brown, Annika Burgess, Shaquila Burnett, Kara Carrett, Clyde Colomer, Christopher Crony, Samaya Cumberbatch, Xavier Dash, Adam Davis, with first class honors, Akeem Dawes, Damon Dawson, Rachel DeLise, Shanice Dowell Ali, Zakiah Downs, Rebecca Downey, Abigail Durant, Delano Edwards, Aisha Evelyn, Shanice Farnham, Brandon Field, Shanice Ford, with first class honors, Akobe Ford, Joshua Franklin, Darian Frederick, with first class honors and the Graham Gooden Biology Prize, the R.L. Seal and Company Limited Prize in Chemistry, and the proximate accessor to the Dean's Prize, Jenna Shell Gabriel. Weldon Gage. With first class honors, Terrell Grant. Sachel Graves. Brittany Grimes. Shanice Haynes. Chad Haynes. With first class honors, Christina Highland. Tia Hines. Dominic Horn. With first class honors, Sharisa Humphreys. Crystal Hurdle. Adrielle Husbands. With first class honors, Nikolai John. Sigourney Joyette. With first class honors, Heather Lackram. Terrell Lashley. Akila Leacock. Ivana Lee. With first class honors, Theo Lewis. Matthew Lowe. Dejata Messiah. Lorian Matthews. Shanicia Mears. Shernice Mears Springer. Jalea Maynard. With first class honors, Meshach Maynard. Renisa King. Adea Mackenzie. Stacy Madar. Wynette Millington. Gabriella Moore. Naomi Moore. Onika Newsom Proverbs. Crystal Ann Norgrove. Kimar Nurse. Raphael Payne. Danea Payne. With first class honors, Indal Prasad. With first class honors, Chavez Pope. Khalil Roberts. With first class honors and the proxime accessor to the Dean's Prize, Mateo Sam. Julianne Scott. Tiara Seeley. Robali Suwit. With first class honors, Sierra Sinclair. Rashad Sinhill. Kimberly Sinjus. DeCarly Thompson. With first class honors, Jordan Timothy. Ethan Ward. Kiara Williams. Kishana Williams. Kyle Williams. Nathan Wilson Tempro. Vivian Wiltshire. Pollyann Yearwood Motley. Destiny Rollins. Kayla Haynes. Crystal Thomas. Nathania Ford. Kiara Ford.
Sir, the Deputy Dean, Faculty of Sport, Mrs. Amanda Reefer.
Sir, I ask you to receive these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Sports Sciences of this university.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer upon them certificates of this university.
Camille Ashby. Dominic Auguste. Nicholas Beckles. Keon Brereton. Aaron Daly. Chelsea Day. Jonelle Eugene. Simeon Gerson. Nathan Goddard McCarthy. Cliff Gooding Edgell. Brianna Holder. Anthony Manning Merritt. Jamon Phillip. Mikhail Powell. Ashley Small. Ayana Strickland.
Let us give all the graduates a round of applause. I now call on the class valedictorian, Keandre Weeks, Bachelor of Law, Bachelor of Laws, First Class Honours, Faculty of Law, to deliver the valedictory address. Mr. Weeks.
Your Excellency, the Most Honorable Dame Sandra Mason, President of Barbados, Chancellor Mr. Robert Bermudez, Vice Chancellor Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, President of the Senate, His Honor Reginald Farley, Chairman of the Campus Council of Cayfield, Sir Paul Altman, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Cayfield Campus, Professor R. Clive Landis, Honorary Graduate Mrs. Alison Hines Walcott, other members of the Platform Party, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Senate, members of the House of Assembly, members of the alumni class of 2023, members of the media, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. With immense gratitude and humility, I rise to deliver the valedictory address for Cayfield Class 2023. Appreciation must be expressed to the university for affording me the opportunity to read for my LLB and to my fellow graduates for their confidence in my ability to deliver this address on the class's behalf. Having completed my exams, I said to my study buddy, "Nayo, are we done with the place?" Similarly, graduates, we are at the end of an eventful journey. Our graduation is a momentous occasion symbolizing the successful completion of multitudinous studies. Whether we were fueled by coffee, shepherd, or the urge to be done, we did it. It was a right honorable Robin Rihanna Fenty who uttered, "We all started somewhere. It's where we end up that counts." After ascertaining that Cayfield offered a program that aligned with our professional aspirations, we pursued the necessary steps to obtain admissions. Anxiety levels skyrocketed as we awaited admission emails, and although I received that long-awaited letter in 2019, what was intended to be the start of my journey was a pause, because I had to defer. Thereafter, it seemed like every attempt to restart was threatened by a delay. Thankfully, however, in August 2020, I was able to commence my journey. The uncertainties during the COVID pandemic confined us to online classes and studying from bedrooms. This was followed by our detrimental underestimation of online exams. And soon after our adjustment to the online learning environment, we transitioned into face-to-face learning. This meant accepting that we could no longer ask our silly questions while hiding behind a direct Zoom message. In hindsight, these hurdles ironically made the journey more rewarding. Our journey was filled with impactful moments. My fondest include visiting Miss Ali's house with classmates on Christmas, managing Tim's Law Rep campaign and Emily's vice presidential campaign for Guild elections, and of course, making lifelong friends. I also know that the graduates from the law faculty can recall rushing to complete that extensive legal research and writing portfolio and praying to master those 1% law and legal assignments just to pass the course. The blackbirds in the arts can boast that their body aches and dramatic presentations were not in vain. Those in MedSci can recall sacrificing summer and Christmas breaks because of clinical rotations and the objective structured clinical examinations. Those from science and technology remember their lab experiments where they connected via shared endurance in the pursuit of scientific discoveries. And the graduates from the sports fac will never forget Dr. Allen's famous phrase, "If you don't produce ATP, you're gone dead," a phrase he used to remind students that ATP is the body's source of energy. While penning this address, my reflection on our journey revealed valuable lessons. The most applicable is that there are enough A's to go around. There is no need to be self-serving in your pursuit of excellence. There is no competition among us. Because by assisting each other, we ensure that the region is better tomorrow than it is today. I can attest that no man is an island. Together we strategize to manage the workload by assisting in the ways we knew best. We formed study groups, we pulled all-nighters, celebrated small wins at GT, and walked to Backrocks Beach to decompress. Our experience proved that we will, at some point, depend on others for assistance. Graduates, we are privileged because we witnessed the richness of this great melting pot at Cave Hill. Via our commonalities and nuances, we developed an appreciation for Caribbean cultural diversity. We exchanged foods, music, and expressions. Now we must exchange perspectives as agreed citizens to aid in development and integration. The UE has produced barrier breakers who position the Caribbean in an upward trajectory. For example, Sir Derek Walcott and his writings about socio-political implications of post-colonialism on the Caribbean. Dame Janice Pereira, the first Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, who ensures that we do not descend into lawlessness. Hansel Parchment, who showed us that Olympic champions are among us. And the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, who contributed to the region's fight against HIV and AIDS. But today, the baton passes. Graduates, we are a testament that the Caribbean is poised to exceed the vision of those stalwarts. No longer must we regard ourselves as students. Instead, we are the new generation of visionary leaders. As policymakers, we must address political segregation, regional transportation, crime, poverty, and discrimination. As professional educators, we must mold those impressionable minds. As lawyers, ensure that the law advances. As poets, narrate our Caribbean story. As scientists, chart the way for scientific development. And as legendary sport persons, set and break world records. This is who we dreamt of becoming. This is who we studied to be. And this is who we must become. Our names are inserted in the history books of this university, not only as graduates, but as a class of 2023 who will lead, inspire, and transform. The certificate we just accepted is not just a degree. It is an agreement to take on this responsibility. Importantly, graduates, as we prepare to assume this new duty, it is imperative to note that we are here because of those who rallied behind us. And I really hope that my expression of gratitude on our behalf truly demonstrates the depth of our appreciation. To God be the glory, great things He has done. To our families and support systems, we applaud you for your invaluable support. Words cannot express how much your love and your sacrifices mean to us. To our lecturers, tutors, and staff who poured knowledge into us or assisted us, we issue a heartfelt thank you. In closing, I reiterate, Rihanna said, it matters not where you started. And today I add, what matters is the progress made, the lessons learned, and the person you become. I wish to share my personal story with hope that it inspires you. Bianca Miller said, it's the passion that will get you up every day and will keep you persevering. It will keep you overcoming adversity. I lived this quote. My story began with a pledge to my grandmother to become a judge, and I continue to chase this dream. Coming from a single-parent household, we would exhaust my mom's income. However, this did not deter me. To overcome this, I baked as many cupcakes as I could, sometimes even during those online LLS classes, just to fund my degree. My determination to fulfill my pledge proves that if you are passionate about something, you will find a way to achieve it. And I put it to you that you are no different than I am. As we charter the region's future, adversities will come. However, we must be so adamant about our region's progress that we persevere in an attempt to overcome all of them. The complexity of the region's current and future challenges require not only perseverance in the face of adversity, but adaptability to novelties encountered. It requires us to accept that while our journey at K-Phil ends, our learning never ends. Ultimately, our region requires our leadership. Our region craves our innovation. And I have full confidence that this class will ensure that our region progresses. After all, we are the future, and the future looks promising. Congratulations on mastering the delicate balance between academics and social life, working under pressure, and overcoming seemingly impossible tasks. Congratulations on never giving up. I end with the words of Brendan Borchard. Spend less time worrying if it will turn out well, and more time preparing, working, and readying yourselves to deliver with excellence. The outcome in that case is already a winner. You gave it your all. Thank you.
Sir, I now call on Dr. Peter Shamey, Director, Graduate Studies and Research, to present to you members of our society for the award of master's degrees, postgraduate certificates, and postgraduate diplomas.
Sir, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the master's degree or awarded postgraduate certificates or postgraduate diplomas and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called master's degrees, postgraduate certificates, and postgraduate diplomas of this university and recognize their advancement in our society.
Masters of Arts, Creative Arts. Paula Jackman. Masters of Arts, Culture, Studies. Courtney Walker. Postgraduate Certificate, University Teaching and Learning. Kimberly Johnny. Christia Paulette. Masters of Arts, Communication for Social and Behavioral Change. With distinction, Yahari Archibald. With distinction, Shamko Pile. Masters of Arts, Heritage Studies. Melanie Boyd. Masters of Arts, Linguistics. Marybeth Gardner. With distinction, my apologies. With distinction, Shanae Griffith. Masters of Education, Chantel Alain. Asha Alain Renwick. Ingrid Armstrong Walcott. Cheryl Ashby. Angelo Beckles. Chad Blackman. Carla Bellman Trotman. Julianne Bourne. Kellyanne Boyce. Rashida Baraton. Amanda Brong. With distinction, Peter Brong. Halana Clark, Carrie Ann Doughty, Antoinette Douglas, Rishana Fagan, Caroline Garner, Neil Gill, Yolande Griffith, with distinction, Joan Harding Millington, Corinne Hill, Tony Holder, Adia Humphrey, Deborah Jones, Jenny Kelman, Nikita Lidlow, Desiree Mapp, Sharice Osborne, Grace Ramsey, Kalika Sobas, Norma Springer Belgrave, Akina Stout, with distinction, Ken Thomas, with distinction, Laura Thomas, Shakira Toppin, Kima Trotman, Gregston Vaughn, Camille Ward, Masters of Library and Information Studies, Caitlin Clark, with distinction, Matthew Ford, Masters of Laws. Tamar Bell. Asante Brathwaite. John Combs. Teta Flamo McIntosh. Kevin Ford. Kiana Gordon. Eva Jordan Doughton. Rodwinika Kennedy. Saber Knight. Ravi Lake. With distinction, Jason Lawrence. With distinction, Nikisha Logan. With distinction, Ashley Mears. Zudi Payne. With distinction, Robin Prescott. With Shakira Rollins. With distinction, Crystal Rawl. With distinction, Shellyanne Cicheron. Julie St. John. Gabrielle Whitehall. Tiffany Willoughby. Masters of Law and Executive Masters in Business Administration. Shellyanne Daniel. Postgraduate Diploma, Pediatric Nursing. Shondell Branca. With distinction, sorry. With distinction, Ashley Clark. With distinction, Tiana Marie Gikes. With distinction, Melissa John. With distinction, Carrie Maynard. With distinction, Carrie Ann Pope. Masters in Public Health. With distinction, Nastasia Hepburn. Rolwick Hines. Ashley Levine. Ansis Straker. Oh, Denise. Masters of Science Nursing. Sharon Graves. With distinction, John L. Jordan. Masters of Science, Biosafety. With distinction, Nicole Campbell. Masters of Science, Natural Resource and Environmental Management. With distinction, Naphthalia John. Ivana Odell. Shante Saunders. Alex Stewart. Alicia White. Masters of Science, Natural Resource Management. Tonya King. Masters of Science, Renewable Energy Management. Adrian Holder. Masters of Science, Renewable Energy Technology. Osara Mason. Masters of Philosophy, Computer Science. Brandon Spooner with high commendation.
Chancellor, I now call on Professor Audrey Henry Leap, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Graduate Studies and Research, to present to you members of our society for the award of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Medicine, and Doctor of Philosophy degrees.
Sir, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Medicine, and Doctor of Philosophy, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called the degree of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Medicine, and Doctor of Philosophy of this university, and recognize their advancement in our society.
Doctor of Medicine, Emergency Medicine. Latoya Arthur.
I recognize your
Carrie Hunt.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations.
Doctor of Medicine, Family Medicine, Akila Burrows.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations.
Najuma Comington.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations.
Jamie Wilkinson.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations.
Doctor of Education, Faye Paris.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations.
Doctor of Philosophy in Natural Resource Management, Berthia Thomas.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations.
Doctor of Public Health, Dale Babb.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations. I now call on the representative of the UWI Alumni Association, the Barbados chapter, to lead the graduates in reciting the Alumni Pledge.
Chancellor, members of the Platform Party, distinguished guests, good afternoon. Will the class of 2023 please stand, and together we will recite the UE Alumni Pledge, which can be found on page 71 of your graduation program. As a graduate of the University of the West Indies, I commit myself to uphold the ideals and goals of my alma mater. My conduct and voice shall reflect the commitment to excellence of the light rising from the west. As I fulfill my social and professional responsibilities and serve my community and region. I will strive to further cement the UWI's place as a Caribbean icon, the catalyst for Caribbean development and leadership. It is a legacy that I will proudly help build for future generations. The UE, first in our hearts and first in our region. Heartiest congratulations to you all and welcome to the UE alumni family. Thank you.
We will now sing the university song. Registrar, what is the page of the song is? On what page of the program is the song? It's on page 62. Please be standing. As we're about to close the ceremony, there's one matter which I would like you to join me in. You all got here because of a lot of support from your family, your friends, your loved ones, and a lot of them are in the hall here today in support of you, very proud of the fact that you have received a university education, and they supported you in your struggles, in the good and bad times. So I'd like you all to turn towards the back of the hall and show your appreciation to your friends and family for all that they've done for you. This brings to a close the public ceremony by which the University of the West Indies has signaled the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates to its graduates. The company will now disperse, not before allowing the platform party to leave. Thank you. Have a wonderful life.
the University of the West Indies, activist at 75, driver of 7.5 decades of Caribbean development, host to multi-generational intellectual service to its people, designed and dedicated to detaching them from the colonial scaffold, patron to regional integration, partner in the political democracy and sovereignty agendas, promoter of cultural identity and social multiracialism, gender equality and women's liberation, and advocate of indigenous economic development and broad-based sustainable post-colonial transformation. 7.5 decades of effective teaching and research in support of nation building. Creator of conscious citizens, architects of their existential arrangements. The University of the West Indies, deeply rooted in Caribbean civilization, prepared for 21st century service and rapidly rising as a first-class global institution. At 75, its reputation has never been higher. Its global visibility has never been greater. Ranked in the top 1.5% of the world's finest 30,000 universities, it is on top of its game, number 1 in the region, and holding its head high with success. Dignified in its decades of struggle, these outstanding achievements are the results of an unwavering activist commitment to finding solutions to the region's challenges: social equality, economic development, democratic political reform, climate change, public health, sustainable energy, reparatory justice, and many other needs. It is an academy that has been persistent in its search of social upliftment, partnering with indigenous institutions, CARICOM, Caribbean Development Bank, Caribbean Examinations Council, and many others. It has produced and honed the region's finest leaders, from the longest-serving senior statesman, Dr. the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, to the youngest and most recently elected, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell. It has benefited from the wisdom and vision of non-alumni leaders such as the Honorable Mia Motley, whose call for a new global economic order resonates in the corridors of its classrooms. As an activist university, it was selected in 2019 by the International Association of Universities to lead the Global University Consortium on Sustainable Development Goal 13, Climate Action, in recognition of its decade of distinguished research on climate change. In this role, it received commendation from the Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change in the 6th Assessment Report. It is now recognized as the lead producer of research on small island developing states. Also, as an activist university, it has produced the leadership to build out an association of Caribbean universities, an organization of over 50 universities across the language terrain, unifying the higher education landscape of the Caribbean and driving the regional integration process. Rising to the challenge of COVID-19 management, the UWI mobilized its community of virologists, microbiologists, and epidemiologists to work with the health sector and governments to save lives. With sleeves rolled up, UWI scientists made their societies proud in their effective service. The leading research academy in the region, globally competitive, and ranked as excellent in the generation of new and relevant knowledge, center of gravity of the region's research culture, and host to its finest community of creative writers and artists. The soul and spiritual beat of the civilization. Today, the university sits at the pinnacle of the global reparations movement, seeking justice and a new development paradigm for the region. The world is on the cusp of a major structural transition driven by reparatory justice, an inspired development by CARICOM that calls upon the university to play its part. The university has proclaimed its intention to position itself as the epicenter of digital transformation for the region, building out the capacity for a knowledge economy that is rooted in digital science and propelled by corresponding technologies. The UWI at 75, energized for the future and focused on the region's needs at 2050. A public university sustained by the financial and policy support of regional governments, always seeking to assure them of the positive outcomes of their investments. The UWI, 5 campuses hosting 50,000 students, erupting over 75 years. The region's greatest gift to itself an excellent ethical university, steeped in the struggles of its people and driven by their finest imaginings. Consolidating the past, the UWI now looks deeply into the future, focusing on claiming and owning that dignified place called the Caribbean world, sophisticated, sovereign, and sustainable.